Let's see, turn it on. I shouldn't have to refresh it again. I don't think I'll miss it. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So welcome to this episode of the 2:30 show. I think I've gotten kind of a schedule down. Mondays, a DIY goes up. If you don't want to watch DIY, you don't have to. But if you want to, DIY goes up for me. Tuesday, I make the scripts for these. So if you want to have your comments read, make sure they're in by Tuesday. And I appreciate you all who have commented because we finally reached 5 unique commenters. That was only 4 because I can't raise my thumb or I'll drop this. So we have reached 5 unique. And I said we'd do something for you all at 5 unique. So the 5 of you commenting, if you want to vote together on what you want, maybe throw down your ideas. And if we can do them, nothing expensive. Clearly, this channel is just for kind of fun. But any dumb, silly idea that you want to see, maybe we'll do that for you. So let us know down below. And thank you all for commenting. And then Wednesday, this should go live. If ever it doesn't, I apologize. But it will go live once a week between Wednesday and Friday, as long as all the things that hold this world together don't fall apart. So this is the date of the episode, and I'll go ahead and start us off with a bit of news. We've been covering this a little bit. If you've watched the previous 2:30 shows, we talked about Skyblivion. What now? A few times before, like I said, we've talked about Skyrim mod being made by the Skyblivion team, or the TESR renewal team. This mod was to use the engine of Skyrim, but bring back the amazing world of Oblivion. Well, Citadel's back, all right? They already announced and released the remastered. And with that being said, what is the Skyblivion team going to do now? Well, the answer is they're still working on the mod. The leader of the team stated in brief that Skyblivion was always a labor of love and nothing has changed. So they still plan to finish the mod. And in a surprising dub for the gaming community, Bethesda actually gave all the members of the Skyblivion, the TESR renewal team, a free copy of the game, which will be pretty cool. I bet they're excited running around and getting to see things and compare versus the versions they know, because I bet they have a pretty intimate knowledge now of the game. So I bet it's a lot of joy for them. So if you're not into Oblivion's gameplay, but you do want to try the story, you can play it for free later. The Skyblivion team is planning to release their version of Oblivion this year. So the Bethesda team has not noted anything about trying to stop them. They clearly know who they are. So if you want to play it for free later and the remake's not your cup of tea, then maybe you can try it later this year. We have a comment from Nero Pirate, or Nero Picante. For anyone out there who's played the original Oblivion and is now playing the remastered, does it invoke feelings of nostalgia of playing the original, or does it expose flaws that were not noticed at the time? Oh my gosh, both. It's crazy how many times I'm walking through the town, I'm like, wow, I remember thinking Imperial City was so alive, and I love the market district because you can walk down and see what every store is. It's a lot more intimate than I remembered, but boy, those NPCs talking, it's not like the chatter you hear. I think they have things for Skyrim to prevent hearing certain conversations over and over again, especially ones that start quests. But boy, you hear them all the time. But the nostalgia's there, and it's working for me. I'm having a good time. So let's pass it on to who's next. Which one of you?
I'm here.
Hello, Goofball.
Hi. I'm here with a vroom vroom, more specifically, Slate Trucks. Are you someone who wants an electric vehicle? Perhaps you want an electric truck. Well, as we all know, it won't be cheap, especially for a truck, but that might all change in the coming years. Slate Truck is a new EV truck that is expected to cost under 27 grand, under 20,000 with federal EV credits. Deliveries for this made-to-order truck are due at the start of... My goodness. Deliveries for this made-to-order truck are due to start at the end of 2026, made in USA from a repurposed plant in the U.S. Midwest. The company is said to be backed by Jeff Bezos. This is what he's doing now, and 16 other investors. The truck is meant to be pretty bare bones, keeping costs low. Some interesting cost savings were implemented, such as crank-powered windows. I kind of love that. Manual adjusted mirrors, and no entertainment console. This may be the cheapest way to get started into an EV truck and may bring more competitive pricing to the market. We have a question here from Otaku Underground. What is everyone's favorite gaming platform / console outside of PC, and why? For me, it would probably have to be the PS5. I would say with the Switch 2 comes out, it might be that. I finally got a Switch 2, by the way. Well, pre-order at least, so we'll see if that goes through. But the PS5 is a really good console, especially for the exclusives that they have, and I think it complements pretty well with PC. But yeah, it's pretty good. What's yours?
PS5, all my friends are on PS5, so I'm really wherever the community is, that's the one I'm on.
So I don't really know what everyone else said. I'll say Jackson would probably be... Xbox if he had to use Xbox. I don't think he uses a console at all anymore. And Zach, I don't think he uses one either. Maybe Switch, if he did use a Switch. He was an Xbox boy. He was an Xbox boy for a PC, so Xbox would be his.
Ooh, woo, AI. I'm here to talk about Ooh, AI. A recent survey at EDU Birdie found that a surprising number of Gen Z users believe AI might be conscious. Of the 2,000 people surveyed, not a huge survey, 25% think that AI is already conscious, and 50% believe it will become conscious in the future. Many are using AI in personal ways, 26% as a friend, 16% as a therapist, 12% as a fitness coach, and 6% even as a romantic partner. If you're in the 6%, you need to find a real therapist that isn't AI. A lot of users also treat AI politely, saying things like please and thank you. I feel like that's more so just like habits people have built up. They're not doing it because they like think they actually reads it, but like
Typing it out, though.
I just have a habit of saying please and thank you. So like I don't personally use it, but I don't like talk to the AI because I'm many like do this for me, peasant. I talk to like I would a normal person.
I talk to like a peasant.
Despite these personal uses, there are serious concerns. Around 62% of Gen Z uses AI at work, but half of them fear it could take their jobs within the next 10 years. About 40% are considering changing careers because of AI's growing influence. There's also a broader fear that AI could take over the world, with 58% expressing worry and 44% believing it could happen within 20 years. While AI is often seen as helpful for making professional communication smoother, like writing polite emails or turning down requests, most users still prefer human bosses. Only 9% said they would want an AI boss, and 20% admitted they've shared sensitive information with AI, raising concerns about privacy and trust. Why would you, if you're worried about privacy and trust, why would you share sensitive information?
Probably not the same percentage.
Xenorose commented and said, question for everyone. If you could only play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Mine would be Xeno Series, aka the name. I feel like for me, I'd have to pick a game that has yearly releases. That way there's new content to play. But I can't really think of a ton of games that do that besides like Call of Duty, like 2K and FIFA. And like, I wouldn't want to be caught playing those for the rest of my life. I was going to say World of Warcraft would probably be my bet just because, I mean, I've been playing it for, what is it, like 14 years. I might as well just keep going. So I'm going to say World of Warcraft.
I'd pick Minecraft because everyone goes through Minecraft phase. So at least once a year, I'd get to really go hard in the game.
I'd probably play Madden. Is there an AI in the camera? Are you watching me?
I'll make a new rule where you have
AI is becoming...
This is the new mic, apparently. Or the new holder. So, my article is All's Fair in Gaming, ? So, it's funny because I kind of pre-read this. This makes me think of the whole, like, everyone always talked about skill-based damage in Call of Duty. So this is Sony has filed a patent for a system that adjusts gameplay in real time to balance matches between players of differing skill levels or platform advantages. You know, console to PC, console to, basically controller to keyboard and mouse. This system could potentially nerf skilled players or buff less experienced ones to create a more equitable gaming experience. So equal players, basically. Equitable. The implementation of such a system raises questions about its impact on the competitive integrity. While it aims to level the playing field, it might inadvertently penalize players who invested time to improve their skills. Adjustments like auto aim assist or damage output tweaks could make the outcome feel less reflective of the actual performance. This approach could be beneficial in casual or cross-platform, so console to PC, or maybe even some of the handhelds because those are starting to get more popular. But in competitive settings, it might undermine the merit-based progression that many players value. The key concern is whether such balancing enhances fairness or diminishes the reward for skillful play. So I would say I don't think they'd ever put anything like that in competitive, no matter what. I think that that's just out of the question. That just wouldn't make sense at that point. It's not competitive. I feel like I could see them doing it in unranked gameplay, but yeah, I think it's totally unfair. I mean, I hate aim assist on controllers personally, but it's like if you want to play with console players, they kind of have to have something, so it kind of is what it is. But yeah, I do think it's dumb that like if a player is bad, they'd get any type of assistance. To me, it's like play different game modes, find different lobbies, play against bots, practice like we all have. You shouldn't just get like a participation award. It's a video game. Like, you're not playing for money, so you shouldn't. They shouldn't need to make you win. Then I got a question at the bottom from Mike Man. I almost read it as Milkman. What do you think a realistic budget for a gaming PC build that you won't have to upgrade for a while? Not looking for budget friendly. Essentially looking for a future-proof PC for 2 to 3 years. Okay, but not spending $3K for a PC. If you're kind of reasonable and you're looking for 2 or 3 years, obviously I can't predict the future, but I can do my best. I would probably just say like, if you can get yourself a 5070 PC or a RX 9070 PC, so new AMD, new NVIDIA, or even like used, like maybe a used 4070 from NVIDIA or like a 7800 XT or better, I think you'd be just fine. Get yourself like a Ryzen 5 that's on AM5 or an i5 at least that's at least LGA 1700 and you're good to go.
Junga boonga 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 junga junga junga. Jungle Gym is taking too long, so I'm going to do a story for him. Water on the moon. NASA has confirmed the moon can naturally produce water thanks to the solar wind. When hydrogen ions from the solar wind hit the oxygen-rich minerals on the moon's surface soil, they react to the hydroxyl and water molecules. This discovery proves the long-standing theory that you could make it easier to support life for future lunar missions without needing to bring so much water from the Earth. Importantly, the process doesn't just happen in the dark, cold areas of the moon's poles. It can also occur. Importantly, the process doesn't just happen in dark, cold areas near the moon's poles. It can occur almost anywhere on the surface, even in sunlight. That means water could potentially be extracted from many more locations than scientists previously thought. This breakthrough opens the door to future missions to create water directly on the moon, helping with everything from drinking supplies to making rocket fuel. It's a major step towards building a sustainable basis for long-term exploration and possibly even colonization. And then from RV Anime Collector 5906, it's a longer comment, so I'm going to synopsize what you said here, if you don't mind. We appreciate that you would even have notifications on for this show. We appreciate that a lot, and that apparently yours weren't going off, so thank you for checking in with us to find out if they're still working. And you had a question about the Switch 2, and that is, do I think that the voice function or the voice button is going to be frustrating or difficult on the controller? As you said, it kind of makes it difficult with, are you playing and then pressing a button with how the Switch 2 holds. It's not necessarily going to be convenient and how I imagine. And then as far as the pre-order from the retailers go, you were asking about they were sold out every time and scalpers seem to be a lot more active on everything. Yeah, as far as the whole Switch 2 scenario from scalpers to layout, I'm personally out. I know Matt's going to get one because, of course, they could do videos on it and things like that, so it kind of works out. But when we're looking at the Switch 2, we tried getting one through the GameStop pre-order. I still have it in my cart, and I'm leaving it there because when they do another drop, if they do one before where we can buy it, then I'd like to have it already in my cart so that way I can just hopefully continue to check out from the one that I previously had. I doubt the system will recognize that, so we are going to try to get one, at least in the entire office, somebody will have one. I think someone else in the back actually ended up getting one, but yeah, scalpers are wild on it. They're selling their pre-order holds, and they're just going to drop ship it, put in your address for the arrival. It's honestly bullshit, and it's stupid. As far as the voice controlled button, I hope they'll have push to talk as an option that you can turn on or off, but honestly, any sort of handheld that has voice controls, PlayStation did a pretty good job with it where your controller can be a microphone, and it's not actually the worst thing I've ever heard. Some people are using it. I think they have mics, so it's possibly going to be good. I just hope they have an option for not push to talk. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them down below. We would love to still get 5 unique comments, but with that goal hit, please decide on something that you'd like us to do, possibly silly, funny, or otherwise, or maybe record something for you all. We really appreciate you. And then that's it for this version of the 2:30 show. So we'll see you next time. Peace.